Man, do I have an awesome piece up for grab for you guys today. It's Dan Ackroyd's Screen Use Hero Pack from Ghostbusters. Just kidding. Actually, it's a replica of Dan Ackroyd's pack. Believe it's on display in the Mall of America in Minnesota. I've painstakingly replicated this particular pack down to each individual little nuance, little scratches and chips and discolorations, even the dust. I can show you several things. I've even got finishing nails in it, just like the Hero pack. If you check out the reference photos, the packs actually had nails casted into it. They didn't cover it up before they molded it. So there, we've got even an offset straight legress fitting there, points down a little bit. That matches Dan Aykroyd's pack. All the little nicks here. Even how like the pieces are different colors. It's not all one color black. If you notice here, like the pack, it's a little. This is a little. The PDD is a little bit grayer than the rest of the pack. Your bumper here is a little bit more of a dark black. It's a little bit glossier. That's something I noticed in from the reference photos for Dan Aykroyd's pack. I don't know if do they use a different paint, or if it took the paint differently, or held onto the paint longer. There's a seam here that is in the Hero packs that normally I would take something out like that. I would body shop it out, but I wanted to stay true to the Hero packs, and they have the seam in them. They didn't take them out. You can see I've even got dusting inside the the lenses in here. Your ion arm here, it's a little bit of a grayer tone. It's not exactly the same color of black. I painted it this way to match the reference photos. The ion arm, even this, I went through and just followed the same pattern of weathering, and this is a deeper, richer black, and it was a glossy black. It's been wet sanded a little bit. This is actually a metal. This is aluminum I-arm end with solid brass tube coming out, stock coming out. It's knurled. See if I can get a little bit of a crispier image there for you. It's knurled there. We have real brass fittings. There's your resistors. Now they're actually glued on and also machine screwed in with the appropriate size Allen screw heads. Then we have our welding here with the top and the bottom where the paint is chipping away. That is something that's in the on the Dan Aykroyd pack. Check it out. We have our washer, our bronze. I mean not bronze. Excuse me. A copper washer or whatever that is in the actual original. It's a little yellowed in the photos. The crank knob is also a little bit of a darker tone. Doesn't disappear in it because it's a different tone. It's darker and it's glossier. These are fittings here. Even our loom is weathered and has dusting, has dust built up. It's painted on there. It's meant to stay. Then it's tied on with a steel wire, just like the original Hero packs. Sort of labels there. And check it out here. This is actually not an aluminum piece. I painted it to look aluminum. This is all with a aluminum paint. This ring right here is painted on If you look at the pack, it apparently had an insert in a hollow aluminum tube, and then when it was sanded and painted, it wore off, and it had, you can see the lines from where they sanded it originally, where the paint is worn off. And also there's some white stuff on the pack that I've replicated as well. I'm guessing it's some kind of epoxy that they originally used to glue this in there. We got our clippered valve here. This is actually a resin casting, but it is glued on and screwed in with appropriate Allen head machine screws. We got our aluminum spectra strip clamp here. It is an 1/8 of an inch thick, both pieces, which is the appropriate, the accurate sizing, thickness. A lot of people do, a lot of the people that are selling those they sell 1/16 of an inch aluminum sheets, and a lot of packs have the 1/16 inch pieces on there as well. This does not. This has the accurate size. It's even got the gapping, and if you check out, the reference photos, you'll see that that's what they are. Rusted screws. Our spectra strip, I've painted to match the Hero pack. It's if you get a real spectra strip like this, it's pretty bright. I wish I had a new one that's not painted to show you, but it looks kind of funny because it's this black thing and it's really stark bright. So same thing with the polyethylene line tubing, but they're all really stark. So when you put it on this big this black thing, it just really pops and looks funny. It doesn't look right. So they're all weathered to match the photos. It's a little desaturated in color a little bit. It's got some dust on it and everything as well. A little bit of grease looking to make it look used and make it match the Hero packs. This is this is yellower and desaturated to match because the thing is yellowed over 28 years or 29 years. What is it? 30 years now that this movie's been out since it's been made. So there's your power cell. Again, very small machine screws holding your resistor in, glued down as well. I usually everything on this thing is either screwed in or screwed and glued with a cyanoacrylate, or a really nice cyanoacrylate, or a epoxy adhesive that holds like 3,000 psi and bonds to just about anything. So not only is it screwed in, but it's also glued down. So should be for a good hold and a long life expectancy of this pack. Here's your infilter with the the weathering around where it actually attaches to the cyclotron. This is actually in the shell. The shell is actually fiberglassed. It's got a surface coat of a urethane resin. It's black urethane resin, so if you hit it, you scratch it, which hopefully you don't bang this thing up, but if you do, it's not going to like turn some white color or green or something. It's going to stay black. It's not going to show. So this infilter is actually built into this pack, but it's been painted to look like it's not, just like the Hero pack. And we got our stickers here, our elbows, polyethylene tubing or polypropylene, whatever it is. I think it's polyethylene. Our motherboard. Let's get in here. We got all our brackets to hold our shell down to the motherboard. They're all in the right places. Our screws are in the appropriate places. Or my screws in here. I don't know why I'm saying ours, but it's the aluminum brackets on an aluminum motherboard. It's an 1/8 of an inch aluminum board that I've cut out and machined. If you check it out, there's our injection tubes. We've got our injection tube showing it's a resin casting with foam inside of it, so for lightweight purposes. But it's it's got really nice fake welds sculpted into it and painted to look like the paint has come off there, just like the matching the Hero pack, Dan Ackroyd's pack. It's a little offset as well, offset and then falling this way a little bit, but that's the way it is on Dan Ackroyd's pack. It's just something I decided to match. If you check out behind there, you see some white, gray, silver gunk. That's just the way it was kind of beat up. We don't have welds here because that's not an accurate thing. Some people put welds in their pack right there, and that doesn't make any sense because this is in the Hero packs. This is aluminum. This is aluminum, and it's welded those two pieces together and then bolted down. The pack, the shell, is actually fiberglass. You can't weld aluminum to fiberglass. I don't know where that started. Let's see. We've got appropriate weathering on the sides. Down here. See, I got a light on here. You can't see. I'm trying to get a good video here. There's more of our screws for our brackets to our 1/8 inch aluminum motherboard. Aluminum. And more stickers. Let's see. So let me get this. Sorry, it's hard to do all this with one hand while I'm holding the camera. Pull my Trina wand off. Here's our V-hook. V-hook is machined aluminum to match Dan Ackroyd's pack. He actually had on his pack countersunk slotted screws. Some of them weren't like this, but this one was. Also, the aluminum block is painted with a gloss black and weathered. It's worn off on the sides. It has a scratch going down it where the posing end of the V-hook is worn it, just like the actual photo. And for some reason, it has a yellow paint or something on the Hero pack and on display for Dan Ackroyd's pack. I don't know what it is, but I replicated it, put it in there. There's the screw. This screw on that pack is actually rusting out in the center. It's a little stripped out, and you know, it looks like this. So I matched that. It's not really stripped or rusting. I just painted it that way. Let's see here. HPA. Inside your booster tube. More dust. Let's get into the back here. In the back we have our head pad on the back of the shell, or on the back of the motherboard, excuse me. Dan Ackroyd's was kind of curved like this. The other guys were, I believe, were straight, but his pack for some reason was cut differently, and it was kind of had an arc to it. So I've matched that. On our Alice frame here, we have a appropriate sized neck pad here. A lot of times they are, unfortunately, people put on a smaller one and leave it there, but it's actually, his is pretty beefy. There's our rivets. The pack is actually riveted to the brackets. You can see them there in the right place. There's some more rivets down there. Rivets over there. So they're riveted in, just like the Hero pack. There's our Alice frame. It's the accurate Alice frame. I believe this is a World War II one. There's also a Vietnam one, and it actually has a stranger, or not stranger, but it has a different bend in it, and it doesn't, you know, match the ones I used in the film. So I didn't use it. And we have here the aluminum steps here, these aluminum spacers, washers. These are custom-made spacers for this pack to be the right size and length. Something that is an oversight on these packs is this charging panel down here. I've got this charging panel for you. This is a functioning charging panel. It allows you to charge the pack once it runs down. Has a 12-volt lead rechargeable battery in there. The packs, they had XLR fittings. This is an XLR, but it's close with the toggle switch. These packs really had this on there. It's hard to find a photo of them, but they're out there, and I'll try to get one and put it up there in the picture so you can see it. What else we got here? Anything on this side I need to tell you about? We already did that. Okay, so let's get into the wand, our positron collider. We got the appropriate weathering on our grips here and gun lock. The black and red leads coming out of the hero packs with the clear milky heat shrink. This is something that's commonly overlooked, as well as even like this gap here is something that's commonly overlooked. People, a lot of them just do a straight tubing. This has the gap. Not only does it have the gap, it has the swiveling action. This is a very uncommon thing for Proton Pack Replica. All the hero packs had it on there. This apparently was for comfort. Some people think, and I myself at one point too, think that it was for activating the barrel mechanism to extend. And apparently it's for the actor's comfort. I don't know how that adds comfort, but if you check out some scenes in the movie, there's when Ray comes out of the elevator, he doesn't twist it, he uses the barrel extending lever. A couple other things you'll notice. It just happens to be that Bill Murray decided to twist his handle when he was extending it in the end scene on the rooftop. There's our acrylic machined barrel tubing. It's got a 45-degree chamfer on it. Really nice. It's not like one of those sanded round ones. This is machined hard edge. You can see how shiny it is and nice it is. Clean. Got our banjo fittings there. Our banjos have the right screws in them too. I could not find these. I don't know if they make them anymore or if I just can't find them anywhere in here, so I had to make them. Made those myself, custom. Let's see, so we got our rotating barrel. This was machined. I had to machine all these parts in here. There's several parts I had to machine inside and out. It's ABS, so you know it's going to last long, and it works well. But it's machined within I think less than 1/1000th of an inch to fit and work that well. There's our clippered valve. It's a resin casting as well, but it does have, the slotted screws that are very hard to find. Not like this one down here. It doesn't have the machine screws that are on it. This is slotted, and then it has the end cap is actually extruding as well. It's not set in like this one. Our polyethylene tubing. Something I need to note is the right color. A lot of this polyethylene tubing now is this bright green. It's like a neon color almost. This is more of the dull, I guess, I don't know if it's a hunter green or what. It's a little more of a dull, darker green, and it's been weathered, and it's the right length. It wraps the right distance. A lot of times I see these things and they're like, and they hang way out here. Let's get this guy off. So here's the back side of it. This is a custom-made washer. It's aluminum. Looks like in the photo it looks aluminum to me. It doesn't look like steel or anything. And I couldn't find one that fit in there, the right size, that had the right size hole in the center for the screw, and that fit into the gun track. There's your weathered bent S hook, along with the appropriate decals, weathered. Here's your the corresponding end of the V hook, custom made, aluminum, riveted in. It's not going anywhere. Here's the top of this bad boy here. So not only is this thing just awesome all around, and has mechanics, it also has lights and sound. So let's get this thing going. If you can see in there, there's actually aluminum plating inside that keeps you from seeing any of the mechanics or anything that's going on in there, or any of the wiring. It does have the lighting. It also helps reflect the lighting out. The knobs they're not actually aluminum. They're resin casting, but they look nice. They're knurled and everything like that. You know, the aged screws rusting, the right decals. That decal is actually upside down on purpose. That's the way the pack really is. Not only do I have those lights there, you know, we have the slow blow light. The slow blow. Let's see if you can actually see this. The slow blow is actually not white. It's a little bit yellow, and the red writing is not really. It's a red, but it's a little bit of an orange red. That matches the pack used, the Hero pack. So there's our power or bar graph up and down with the decals here, and more LEDs. Another really awesome thing I'm really happy with is the mechanism for the barrel extension. This has it, man. It works with the appropriate lever. This barrel extending lever here. Pull it down. Barrel extends. All right, and you got your machined frosting on the barrel. I did all this on a lathe. Also, this is not a spring-loaded mechanism. This is a linkage mechanism. So it works like a automatic switchblade. So it retracts with the lever as well. Works lovely. Fast, slow. You know, you can do it fast or slow. You can pop it really quick. I'm doing this with one hand, holding the camera. It's a little bit difficult, but you can get it to come out pretty quick. And it has a magnet in the open and close position. 2 magnets holds it in, so it's not going to fall in. And then you close it. You know, once it hits that magnet, it's not going to fall out. So that works nice. It even has an awesome sound. I can sit here and play this all day. When you know, it sounds like, you know, in the movie, they had that sound in there. You know, it's a real thing. It comes out of this. And then, oh, we forgot our vent light here. Also, turn our vent on. How am I going to fire this weapon, this lasso, if I can't turn the vent on? So there's our vent lights. Comes with more sound. And then let's see if we can capture a ghost. This thing, when fired, the barrel flickers. Also has a vibrating motor inside here, so it really feels like you're firing this bad boy. So let's go. You can hear those awesome sounds. I love doing this. It's so fun. But maybe you could even hear the vibrating motor. Feels awesome when you shoot it. On top of that, we have soundtracks. Push one time. Twice. 3 times a lady. Most important song. Then it plays the full song, but I'm not going to let you or make you listen to it. 4 times. Sorry. There you go. 4 times. We have a running noise. You can hear that. 5 turns it off. Let's retract this barrel here. 5 turns it off. Oh, I forgot to show you the pack lights as well. Get a V-hook on there. There's our power cell, cyclotron. Now, it took a lot of work in doing this. These are acrylic lenses on there as well, as there are urethane, translucent urethane diffusing pieces that I've made inside this, right? The reason is, when you show this on video or photo without doing this, it still looks kind of close to this, but when you see it in real life, in real person, if you don't diffuse it like this, all you see is a bright light, an LED in the center of it. It looks very obvious that it looks like an LED. You can see straight through it. You can see all the stuff around it. It doesn't look good in person. But this, I took, basically this lights up the whole piece, because it's there's a resin casting in there, a dome piece that fits the entire cyclotron light and diffuses throughout and causes it to light up the whole piece. Same thing with this here. I've got several lenses on, and I've got it recessed further back in the pack, so that it looks nice. It doesn't look like you're looking at LEDs. Let's see here. Oh, another thing I need to show you is I didn't talk about this earlier. There's your portholes for your speaker. I machined all this did a nice little speaker design into the back of your aluminum motherboard. Speakers bolted in. And then, last but not least, here's your grip. The grips are actually riveted in. See if I can. Yeah, see, rivets. That's how they were installed on the Hero packs. They were riveted. As something I found out not too long ago, actually. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Alright, I'm going to do this one-handed. It's a little bit difficult, but I got to flip this pack on its side. Bear with me. Let's see the bottom of this pack. Bottom of this pack, we have our recharging panel I was telling you about earlier. And the originals had XLR, but it looks, I've riveted in this panel out of aluminum, fabricated it. Looks like the Dan Ackroyds panel with the toggle switch. Now the cool thing about this is I've put a fail-safe in here. Alright, so this is recharging. This is a rechargeable battery. And it should run, this battery should run anywhere from 10 hours if you're using everything, constantly light, sound, you're doing sound crazy, it's probably still going to last 10 hours no matter what you throw at it. If you don't constantly run sound, you'll probably last 15-20 hours. This is, the current in that board, there's two boards in there. All the stuff running usually draws, anywhere from 0.3 to 0.5 amps, and the battery is 5 amp hours, so you're looking at 10 to probably 20 hours depending on what exactly you're running. But the fail-safe with this and the system is that all this electronics in here is very expensive, well over $600 in electronics in there. Probably I don't even know how much. You don't want to fry that. You want to keep that. So as a fail-safe, just in case something goes wrong when you're charging it, I made it to where the pack will not charge with it on, the master switch on. The pack will run with it on. If you look now, the pack is running, but it will not charge. The circuit is not complete for the charging station. When you turn that off, the master off, the power supply to the board no longer is in circuit. It can't get power to it. But now you can charge this thing. All you gotta do is plug this guy up in here, and make sure you have it off. This is a custom-made charger here. Let me plug it in for you, okay? Okay, I got a cord over here. Let's plug it in. Alright, so if you check it out, charging, it says charging, see the red lights on? This battery charger will charge. This battery charger will charge until the battery is full, and then it'll say charged and it will stop charging, so it won't ruin your battery. But here I'll show you. I'll hit this toggle switch, put the master on, power supplies back to the board, power supply, the circuit gets cut to the charger. No longer charging, it says charged because the circuit has been shorted. So that just shows you that this, this failsafe is in place. And you won't be able to damage your board that way. So this is the pack. This is the awesome sauce. Oh, let me gotta unplug this before I set it up right. Oh, also I forgot to mention this pack, self-sustaining, stands up on its own. The way it's weighted inside there. Just so happens that it stands up on its own. You can display it this way. You can set it up on your desk or whatever, however you want to put it, or you can make something to display it on your wall. But just want to throw in there that I can make custom packs. I can do whatever you want. If you want gray knobs or different spectra strips, or if you want a non-weathered pack, I can make that. I can make ones without the mechanics that are cheaper, and without the lights and sound that are cheaper. I can make, make one more mechanical. Just let me know what you need if this isn't it. But I don't know why this wouldn't be it, because this is awesome. So here it is, the closest thing I've ever seen to Dan Ackroyd's pack, the real one. Happy bidding, everybody. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching.